Top 10 most visited countries in Africa. Africa is a beautiful continent that has some of the most thrilling materials of nature and history. The continent has nonetheless been faced with numerous difficulties, from poverty to rapid unemployment, wars, and conflict. Presently, there are over 54 nations and territories in Africa. The continent has one of the world's most highly concentrated tourist places that drag visitors from across the world. Visitors mostly are thrilled with African history, culture, tradition, cuisine, and most of all, the beauty of nature on the world's second largest continent. This video lists the most visited African countries according to the World Bank ranking. Africa's most visited countries. 1. Egypt. Visitors 13,026,000. Egypt has over 13 million visitors annually. The country is widely bragged to be the cradle of civilization, maintaining the best hidden treasures and relics of the old Egyptian history. The Pyramids of Giza, the Sphinx, Karnak Temple, and most of all, the Egyptian Museum are a few items pulling tourists from across the world to Egypt. Egypt has a population of over 100 million people and an economy of over $400 billion. Tourism contributes significantly to the nation's GDP. 2. Nigeria. Visitors 5,265,000. Surprisingly, Nigeria is the second most visited country in Africa, with over 5 million visitors annually. The West African country is the largest black nation on earth and also doubles as the largest economy in the world, held by a completely black nation. The country's largest city, Lagos, is the most visited city, having one of the continent's busiest airports. Other cities attracting visitors are Abuja, Calabar, Oyo, Port Harcourt, Jos, Owerri, Enugu, and others. Every state in Nigeria possesses one of the tourist destinations or the other. Nonetheless, the state with the most overall tourist destination is the Cross River State, with places like the Obudu Cattle Ranch, the Tinapa Resort, and even Africa's largest street party, the Calabar Carnivals, take place in the state annually. 3. South Africa. Visitors 3,886,600. South Africa has a strong tourism industry, accounting for 2% of its total GDP in 2021. This was an improvement from the previous year 2020, which saw a decline in the visit made by the country following the pandemic. The country provides several tourist visitation spots, from the Table Mountains in Cape Town, the beautiful Durban beaches, the Union Buildings in Pretoria, and several national parks and reserves. The most visited cities in the country are Cape Town, Durban, Pretoria, and Johannesburg. 4. Morocco. Visitors 2,802,000. Morocco is the fourth most visited country in Africa. The country attracts tourists mostly from Europe, with Spain having the highest number of tourist visitors. The Kingdom of Morocco is filled with fascinating sculptures, a nice climate, and an average standard of living. Most Europeans moved to the country to start afresh after serving up in Europe. In 2012, the country's foreigners were stated to be more than 3% of its total population. In 2018, Morocco was the most visited country on the continent. Some places to visit include the Atlas Mountains, Sway Waters Reserve in Meknes, sand dunes, and others. 5. Kenya. Visitors 2,049,000. Kenya is the most visited country in East Africa. The nation's most visited city is Nairobi, which has some of the most advanced human settlement places side by side, with national parks having some of the world's most endangered species. The stereotype that Africa is a place where animals are happy is fully identified in Kenya, with some of the best living environments for animals to thrive. Other attractions for tourists are Lake Nakuru, the beaches in Mombasa, Lake Naivasha, and other amazing national parks across Kenya. 6. Mozambique. Visitors 2,033,000. Mozambique is the second most visited Southern African nation after South Africa. The country is known for amazing beaches, advanced developed cities, and a series of national parks. The capital, Maputo, is the country's most visited city. Attractions for tourists include the Vilankulos Beach Resort, Benguela Island, Bazarutu Island, and others. If you are looking for the best beaches in the world, then Mozambique is the country for you. Beaches are the centerpiece of the country's tourism market, with a shoreline of over 2,000 square kilometers looking at the Indian Ocean. The country cannot be compared with when best beaches are in question. 7. Tunisia. Visitors 2,012,000. Tunisia is a North African country with a spectacular outlook. The country is bragged to be the most secular Muslim nation in the world. Some of the major attractions to over 2 million visitors include the planning and design of the capital city, Tunis, the Djerba Beach Resort, Sousse water parks and casinos, and a tons of other tourist places. The country's friendly index finished at 70%, making Tunisia a hospitable country. Other attractions in the country are the Jewish quarter in Djerba, the ancient ruins in Carthage, the fabulous beaches, and the fantastic weather. 8. Botswana. Visitors 1,830,000. Botswana is a country with a series of game reserves and animal protection laws. The Botswanan safaris attract a large number of visitors to the country annually. Botswana offers a series of national parks, tourist islands, and the best facilities for tourists coming to the continent. Tourism accounts for over 2% of the country's GDP. 9. Rwanda. Visitors 1,634,000. Rwanda is one of the cleanest countries on the continent. The country has a plethora of places for tourists to visit. Among these places are national parks, casinos, and other fun places for everyone. Nonetheless, what drags tourists to Rwanda is its achievements from a poor war-impoverished country to some of the world's best places to live in. The Rwandan capital, Kigali, was voted Africa's cleanest city in 2020. 10. Tanzania. Visitors 1,527,000. Tanzania is an East African country with strong potentials in tourism. The country is home to a series of national parks located all over the country. The country is also known for exotic beaches and some of the best wildlife on the continent. Africa is a home to most of the world's endangered species. The continent has seen varying degrees of wildlife and endangered species that are protected by a majority of countries in Africa. Thanks for watching this video till the end. Which of the top 10 richest women in Africa inspired you? Write your choice in the comment section and don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on our future educative and informative videos regarding the interesting continent of Africa.